Hello, 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 friends. Welcome back to the next episode of the Dice that Bind Us, episode 75, I believe.
Damn.
We'll double check that, get back to you with it. But, yeah, I hope you're all ready for another fun night of Dungeons and Dragons. Like us on Instagram.
That one that
That's
Ian
it.
now has to make.
It's just Instagram.
No, but like, comment, subscribe, all that fun jazz. We really appreciate it. You can also find us over on Facebook, Twitter, Discord, and there's one I'm forgetting.
TikTok.
TikTok. Thank you. And yeah, thank you. We love your faces, and I'll throw it over to our DM Alex to take away the recap.
So, last week, Dice That Bind Us, stuff happened. Yeah. Specificity of the stuff. Man, a lot happened last week. So,
Tumble made a fucking balls first move at Quaxel.
yeah, Tumult had a no holds barred conversation with Coaxal that ultimately led to this dragon telling him to completely fuck off until the world was saved. The party had to come up with various ways of where they were planning to progress next and come up with a plan, all of which were kind of thrown out the window when one Lysander Elias went into the demiplane where his brother Dianthos is being held and used the Well of Many to transport them to the Shadowfell, seemingly abandoning the party for Xerxes.
I don't like the word abandoning.
I don't like the word seemingly.
I don't like the word Xerxes.
Coda, make it better in post.
Coda, make this episode make sense in post.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Also, as you notice, he's not here today. He's dealing with some personal life issues, and as I've said many times before, that always comes first. Your real life always comes before D&D. We've missed several weeks for myself, for other folks trying to take care of ourselves, and that's what's most important. So for future's sake, if we do ever miss a week of posting an episode or something like that, it's likely because we had some stuff come up. So don't hold it too hard against us. We'll be back the following week. We'll make announcements on Facebook and Twitter and all that stuff, letting you know we're missing out. But yeah. The last thing that happened was one Tepartos the Third was named captain of the ship, and Argus flew the ship across the ocean, sailed. Word for that thing that you did.
I mean, it did fly. It wasn't in the water.
It did fly. That is true. And proceeded to go and find the lair of the member of the 10 that you guys slain 2 episodes ago. Upon entering this lair through some RAM-based shenanigans of Coda's work, the party, sans Lysander and Soup, found themselves in this massive entry hall walking up to this gilded ruined door.
Was it Soup? I thought it was the other two boys. Because Soup was the Dragon Ranger.
Oh, yeah, no, it's sans Lysander plus Soup.
Oh, with Soup instead. I see.
Soup came
Soup's
to
with
the
us.
party, yeah.
Soup's hanging.
I was like, Soup used his aggressive Ranger danger sense, being like, no, we must go.
Yep.
That was my
Yeah,
mediocre
precisely.
Soup impression.
No.
And so all of you have kind of reconvened at the at this massive door entryway. to kind of reset the scene here, this door is massive, as everything else in this chamber has been. Each side door stands probably about 25 feet tall, and the width of the doors comes out to be about 50 feet across. Standing double doors, you don't see any like doorknobs, knockers, anything like that. They seem to be carved out of the mountain stone itself, and what seems to be painted on to the stone face are many, many, many runes and symbols and things like that, none of which you guys recognize as like a language. It's not, it's not like draconic written on the walls or anything like that. It's just various shapes and other such things. All of you have convened. The world is yours, my friends. What would you like to do?
I speak friend and enter.
Friend?
This is what happens when Dash isn't the leader.
Well, I'm happy all of you are safe, at least relatively.
Ileana,
Yes.
since he's your friend, and I don't want to impose upon your friendship there, but could you ask maybe Big Heck to see if he could push the doors open or something like that?
Sure. And Big Head sets Ileana down and with both hands tries to push on door.
Make an athletics check. Make that Big Heck athletics check.
Heckletic.
Big
plus
heck,
14.
big check.
24.
24 is pretty good.
That's going on t-shirts if we ever print them. Big heck, big check.
That's right. You see Big Heck kind of squares up on this door, kind of one hand on each side of the seam down the center where the doors connect, and starts to push. And you see there is the sound of like creaking stone and like pressure being applied as Big Heck pushes with all of his might. The doors shift ever so slightly, but don't budge open.
Go to the pool. All right, Big Heck's gonna pool on the door.
Oh, yeah. The doors come open. And as you guys come through, as the doors open, no, this is me. What do you expect? Of course, the answer when you can't push the door open is to pull the door open. That's how this works.
Either that or you step backwards or you turn around.
Yeah, there's always a very simple solution to the puzzle. No, so this massive double door does, as soon as Big Heck applies any sort of like backwards pressure to it, they swing open almost on their own, revealing the next area in this lair. A massive what is the best word for this? Like collection seems fine.
A hoard?
Not quite. I don't want to misconstrue.
Okay.
A collection of trophies of various kinds. Many sort of pseudo taxidermied trophies of creatures that you've barely ever encountered, if you've ever encountered them at all. You see that there is, right as the door opens, there is a beholder staring directly at you as the doors open. Massive eye with the tendrils with the other eye pods on the top kind of sticking out, unmoving, but just kind of staring at you as you open the door.
Still a bit of a freak out.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, bystander.
So the beholder is the first thing that catches your eye as you open this door. It is right there, front and center in the doorway.
Beholder catches your eye.
Yeah. Yep.
See what
yep,
you did there?
Yep. As you kind of do you guys enter the room
Yes.
past this?
Yes.
Cool. So as you guys kind of progress in, you start looking at the walls and things, and you see slowly torches start lighting themselves along the wall. And as they hit certain points, you see more hanging sconces or what have you, hanging light fixtures of various kinds, leading up to one massive chandelier that lights in flame, following this pattern throughout the room. And as the room lights up, you see on the walls there are corpses of intellect devourers. You see an aboleth floating along one of the walls, seemingly like held in a state it would have been in the waters. You see demons, devils, all sorts of monstrosities, abominations, just various creatures from throughout the known planes, all seemingly stuffed.
Seemingly stuffed.
Well,
I know. Do the displays have like plackets that tell about the monsters and
they do actually, yes. It's what languages do you speak?
Celestial, Common, Druidic, and Sylvan.
There are placards. You cannot tell what they say.
That's
Elia would
fair.
be there too, and Elia can also read Aquan, Draconic, and Elvish.
Eliana, you can also not read this. Hero, will you read yours one more time? Sorry.
Celestial,
Uh-huh.
Common,
Uh-huh.
Druidic, and Sylvan.
Oh, okay, cool. Anybody else? Magic word is primordial here.
I do speak that. That's kind of my inherent language as an air
Yeah.
I also speak specifically Terran on the side.
There you go. So you would see that these are all they're labels, essentially. Of just all sorts of creatures. If there's anything specific you guys are like looking at, or
Everything.
Yeah, pretty much.
Everything.
It's literally like the first time at a museum when you're trying to take it all in.
yeah, for sure. Oh, there are. Go ahead.
I don't know if I want to steal this person's stuff right now.
There is one thing I will pay attention to more than anything. As much as I'm trying to take in everything, if there is an empty display that has a placket that has stuff written on it, I want to know about that.
So if there's an empty one,
Yes.
But already has a placard.
Yeah.
interesting. Make an investigation check for me. Anybody else who would like to assist here can either grant
Please.
somebody else advantage or can roll for yourself or whatever you would like to do.
I would love to help somebody
I
investigate.
think I'd like to help Ileana. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
Ileana might help
Yeah.
with this.
Somebody help Billy.
Look, I have a +9, but I think Illy beats me.
Oh
Can
man,
I-
I got a 3.
Can I bless? Oh, sorry, guidance myself before I do this?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're all trying super hard to use all the stops.
28 twice is pretty good. 32.
Yeah.
32 is pretty damn good. So you do see several, in fact, plaques that do not have the creatures beside them.
I would like to read those plaques.
Yeah, I figured as much. I'm pulling up my list right now here.
It'll be a fucking drow, a black dragon.
Invisible stalker.
The first one is
gerbil.
kobold. The second one is wolf.
No, I was more so going for Coaxil's human form because they didn't get along.
No, so there is you see the first one that you see is for a solar. And if any of you guys don't know what these are or anything, you can when we get to the end, you can ask me and we can do like nature checks or arcana checks or something.
Haven't we already seen a solar?
You've seen a planetar.
Okay.
They're different.
Fair.
You see one that is it says Mind Flayer Lich.
I don't like those 3 words in quick succession.
Kind of hate that, actually.
You see one that says Bell, Bel. You see one that says Kraken.
I'm going to take my notebook out and write down everything on the placard for each one.
So there's not like anatomical description or anything like that. They are just like name cards.
No, that's fine. It's when I
apologize if
kill him, I'm going to
misspoke
try to
right
save
away.
the bodies and come put them in here and claim the rest of it as mine too.
Okay, there you go. All right, I'm here for it.
Mordekainen would love this place.
Gotta have goals.
I'm going to be an evil person. I'm going to need a lair.
Not enough volcano.
You see another plaque that says a Warforged Colossus.
Lightsaber's not here to morally challenge me. That's not necessary.
You still got Tapartos. I've said Tapasis because I was typing
His,
Colossus.
If I remember correctly, his morals are currently in question, and I was there for that.
Is the empty display for the Warforged Colossus? Are there other Warforged things around it? Is it like a Warforged section?
No. So as you're going through, you can see it's not like the abominations are on one side and the things are on the other side. The creatures themselves, these seem to be like based on like personal preference, basically. Like these creatures are so randomly assorted that you and I mean, there is probably 50, 60 different plaques of 60 different creatures in here. Like it is a lot of stuff in here. But they're not kind of continuing on with Ileana's 32. We'll just roll it into this for this sake. There is no real like organization structure to them. It's not like, you know, like you were saying, it's not like there's like a Warforged section, or it's not like they're like in order of power or anything like that. Like it is just the ones you're noticing. The last plaque that you see is for a Tarask.
That's why you don't have that one.
They're a person. Is they're a little bitty boy there, or just a plaque?
No, so all the ones I named are just the plaques that don't have creatures behind them.
They're the ones that are not there.
I'm gonna make an assumption that it's
Like
stuff
we're making
that she
that
hadn't
canon
gotten to collect yet.
Don't like that.
How
Don't like it.
big is this room that we're in right now? Like, just unfathomably huge. Okay.
Several thousand feet in every direction.
Like
it is
megalophobic, huge.
Is it lit?
Yeah,
Yes.
so you had stepped away, but there's a bunch of like torches that lit themselves as you walked in, several throughout like the floor leading to different displays, and then they all kind of culminate through lines of these hanging light fixtures that lead up to a massive chandelier that lights the room in its whole.
He had an eye for interior design.
This may be too specific of a reference. It's kind of like walking into the Air and Space Museum in DC, where the first thing you walk in on is this. It's a massive, basically like airplane hangar building, like size wise, where there's like full planes hanging from the roof and like all sorts of these various things. Like that's kind of the vibes you get with all these just massive, powerful creatures existing in this room.
Just trophies.
Sorry?
I said, just trophies. Next.
There is a small door. Not small comparatively door in the back of this room.
Humanoid or dragon?
Humanoid sized. But you do know that like she had a humanoid form as well. So
I mean, yeah.
That's how we started fighting her.
She did apparently just like strutting her shit through the trophy room in humanoid form.
Are there any like small rocks or pebbles or any debris on the ground I can pick up?
not even remotely. This place is immaculately kept.
Are they
What
in
about outside?
cases and are they glass?
There are not cases. So there is no glass to be had. Ileana, if you step back outside, the door behind you is sealed shut.
Call Big Heck over and try to push it.
Go ahead and roll an athletics check.
Sorry, the page is reloading and it's taking a long time.
It's okay. It happens. No worries at all.
While Big Heck is pushing on the door, I don't know if Tumult said out loud Warforged, but I would like to look around to see if there are other Warforged things in this collection.
Okay, go ahead and roll an investigation check for me. You do a perception check. You can do a perception check. 22. The door does not budge. There isn't even the creak that there was last time. And as you look, the seam is gone.
14 on that.
A 14 on that. There, Warforged-esque specifically, I mean, there is other constructs of various kinds. There's not a lot of, you gather this is things that are considered to be like the most fearsome creatures on the planet, right? And as far as constructs go, there's not a lot that ever hit that kind of like
Except for like the Colossus.
of power. The Colossus, so there's the Warforged Colossus. There's also you do see one. There's an Iron Golem, kind of tucked away in a corner, like seemingly not like kind of renowned enough to make like one of the big displays in the center. Or anything, but there is one hanging out. There's a Steel Predator.
I'm interested in those. So, I'm checking them out, trying to get close, look at their elbow and knee joints and look at how they're put together. And I mean, comparing them to like Dandy is, and where I could improve my design is what I'm getting at.
Okay. What I want to know from you is how much time are you spending?
However much time the group will let me.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a tinkering check.
We should probably prioritize getting out of here as quickly as we can, no?
No. So do you want me to just roll
So it'd be
intelligence plus
proficiency.
okay.
And then whatever you add based off your I think it's just those for now, because you
If
said
I'm
next
using
level.
tinkering tools, I might. No, that's next level. So okay. Intelligence plus my proficiency would make that a 25.
Okay. We will see how long you guys stay, how long things happen. Then I will give you what you find later. Just remind me. Ileana, the door is, like I said, sealed. While those two are doing that, the other two of you in the room, Soup is just bewildered and walking around. He is just fully enamored. Like, this is kind of like his like
Dream.
wet dream place to be. Right?
He got a
Like,
ticket to a museum and is just
Yeah.
excited to be here.
it's a place of it is a trophy hunter's trophy stand, basically, and he is just over the moon. He's running around like a kid looking at all the different displays and all these different creatures, and it's great. So Tepartos and Tumult, what are you guys doing?
Going to the human door.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna follow Tumult there, unless I can see anything that immediately catches my eye with like specific religious iconography. I'm gonna try to find a way out.
I guess you can keep looking. I'll holler if I die.
Try to make that not happen.
I mean, I have to part though, so
The two of you go to this door. It looks, compared to the rest of this place, that is this massive, like fancily carved, like very ornate room. This is a door. It is about 15 feet tall, about 10 feet wide.
there a door handle.
There is, yeah. This is just a door.
I'm gonna
This one say push or
push
pull.
the door handle down and try to push the door in.
It opens. It's just a door. I promise
You've
you.
made us so
I
paranoid.
know.
I didn't care. I was like, oh, the Partos is close enough.
Yeah, it's just a door. It
I
opens.
have a diamond in my hand.
Just ready, just in case. No, when the door opens, you see another large room, not nearly as large as the one you just left, but large enough that any one of these creatures could have fit in here easily. So probably about 150 foot every direction. Large room, but not like it's a comparison scale, right? Like this room seems abundantly normal comparatively. And in this room, you see many horrifying things. The entire room is spattered in blood and goo and other various just congealing liquids just everywhere. You see several bodies that are just laying in like some slumped in corners, some that are like on like this massive prep table. It looks like where they would do the taxidermy process they were using.
Man, I picked a good monologue.
There's a lot.
Is that all over the floor?
It's all over everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not touching the floor, so I'm gonna start flying and just kind of keep myself a good 5 feet above the floor and just kind of go forward looking for the next door.
Okay.
Well, actually, no. Are there cabinets?
There are cabinets.
I need to look through those.
Okay, you make me an investigation check. Tepartos, you're standing at the door of this gooey room.
Yeah.
Gooey room.
Do not like the goo.
I don't keep touching stuff.
I guess I'll watch him touch stuff. Can I don't know what else to say, but like, can I vibe check this place? Is this inherently evil?
You wanna
is it
vibe
gross?
check the goo
Is it
room?
sciencey? Is it some chill goo?
Where they
Like-
perform their version of a taxidermy.
Yeah, like is this
Yeah,
some
but are they
like
still
horror
alive when
torture
they get
porn dungeon
taxidermied?
or
Yeah, make a vibe check.
okay, cool. Is that what? Just roll a
Insight?
d20
It's
or what
it's
do
an
I?
insight check.
Cool.
Tumult, we're gonna hop back to this dope investigation check you rolled.
It's still 13.
It's 13.
It's not.
Ion Stone. It doesn't automatically add it.
It's still a nat 1.
That's a
it's
plus
still that
one.
That's a 22
Or
on the
plus
vibe
2.
check.
I have a mastery. So it's 12. My bad.
Okay, cool. 12. There is
Yeah.
cabinets.
Damn.
In the cabinets are various tools and jars and vials and
I'm opening up my second portable hole and just scooping them all in there. I don't care what they are.
okay.
This is a good idea.
So I will say this. How careful are you being?
Portable hole, scoop.
So portable hole has to be on a flat surface. So you would be scooping them from off the top of these shelves into a hole. Now, unlike a bag of holding that opens into an extra dimensional space, portable holes create an additional space.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are just scooping them,
Mm-hmm.
There's
Fair
still
enough.
a ground.
you scoop the first kind of shelf of jars over into the portable hole, and you hear
Do I see fumes coming out?
a little bit, yeah.
I'm gonna hold my breath because I don't need to breathe
Yep.
and keep going, and then I'm gonna close it off when all of them are done.
Am I poisoned?
You're far
No.
enough away.
Yeah. This is a big room.
Plenty of ventilation.
Yeah. You. All right. You collect just jars upon broken jars upon broken jars of various goos, liquids,
Zach, you
pastes,
made a
salves.
fume hole.
Yeah,
you,
I'm gonna
you need to
think-
get that dry clean now.
No, I'm gonna find out what happens the next time I stick it on someone's fucking head.
Again, that's not quite how that works.
Just make the goo monster.
We'll figure it out.
Oh, it will. I'm gonna set it on the floor, and I'm going to have Garagak hold him in there. It's gonna.
See, now that'll work.
Dunk.
Okay. So Partos, 22 insight,
22 vibe.
22 vibe check, right? You don't get bad vibes.
Okay.
You get not great vibes. This is a room full of the bodily fluids and entrails and all sorts of things of God knows how many different creatures.
Right.
You don't think that it's like,
Evil per se.
yeah, it's. I mean, it's kind of a moral question for Japartos, right? Like,
Yeah.
you wouldn't, if you would think that like trophy hunting was evil, you would get evil vibes
Right.
because clearly that's what's happening. But by the same token, it's
For the sake of collection, not
it is
malice.
yeah, it is not. You know, you did not just find a serial killer's hideout
Yeah.
where it's like that's evil vibes, right? Like this is just somebody who had a hobby.
Yeah. Okay. Departos is uncomfortable with this hobby, but we vibing. Do I notice any particular part of the room that, or like tools or procedure or goo or anything that looks like it might have been most recently used or operated with or extracted?
Make a perception check. We're gonna hop back over to Ileana. Here, I assume you are just spending time on these Warforges the entire time, right?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
If
I've
you-
got my sketchbook out. And
If that changes, let me know. But that's why I've kind of been
Ooh.
not jumping back to you for a minute
Nope.
because I figured you were just studying.
That's a 5.
Roll again.
Let me dump my lore.
Let me dump something.
Oh, technically I would have had advantage. Okay. 18.
Sure, fuck it, that's fine. Ileana, what are you doing?
Quick glance around, see Olga studying, see Topatos and
Spartus is standing in the doorway of a room.
and Tumult went in the room.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just kind of shrug and like have Big Heck carry me in like cusp hand, and I'll start ritual casting detect magic. And then have Big Heck walk like casually towards Topatos and just kind of stop at the doorway.
Okay. Cool. You'll get over there. It's 10 minutes to cast the spell, so it'll be a minute to do the thing. But yeah.
Iliam getting uncomfy vibes.
Well-
Shouting that, by the way.
What do you mean?
The vibe.
I don't see the room yet, right?
Oh no, not fully in. Just kind of scoping it out.
Hmm.
But it's not my thing. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, let's let Tumult do his thing, and
Well, he's breaking shit over there. I don't want to go.
yeah.
I'm only doing it
let's
to
just chill
half
here
the
for a minute.
cabinets. It's fine.
Okay.
How full do you want your portable hole to be of goop?
I'm only doing like 2 or 3 cabinets.
Okay. These are big cabinets, so
Yeah. Oh yeah, how many are there total? I should say would be
about 12.
wisest. Yeah, 2 or 3.
Tapartos,
Like
on
you
that
could
perception
arbitrary
check, you do see a set of footprints.
Billy, look at this. I point them out.
Ilia's
Oh.
slowly walking to you.
It's
Yeah,
with big head, like it's fine.
She got there. It's
It's
been
fine.
10 minutes.
They're there. It has not been 10 minutes. The spell has not been cast yet, but you've done this spell enough. I'm not going to say you have to be like fully like doing your spell, right? Like you can do other things while you cast detect magic. This one's an easy one.
Yeah, check it out.
There's a set of footprints that leads into the room, off to the side, and stops at what looks to be a blank space on the wall.
Like a blank space, as in no cabinets, or as in like
Yeah,
no,
there's
no.
No, there's no cabinets or anything there. It's just like a section of the wall, and then the footprints come immediately back to the. God damn it! God
Or
damn it!
Got a blank
Hero.
space, baby.
The footprints immediately like turn around from that spot and come back to the door.
Well, that's particular. I'd like to go and investigate that specific spot on the wall.
So you walk into the room.
I do walk into the room
The photos, keep your guard up.
while keeping my guard up.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
God damn it!
You are notoriously squeamish, Ian.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, I didn't want to touch the floor.
Don't make your metaphobic friend throw up.
It's okay. It's not actually me. 23.
Hey, you're fine.
Yeah.
For now.
It's just a weird, uncomfy squelch.
Fucking
Yeah.
that black goo from Zexum really
When
helped
you-
out, huh?
When you step for the first time into the room, you
Yeah.
break this like sort of crusted over shell over the top of everything, and it
A
releases
scab, if you will.
Yeah, and it releases this smell. This just awful smell. And
You
it
can see a
immediately comes up your
visible-
nostrils.
Like cartoon shiver, like rocket up to Partos's spine.
Yeah. But you progress and you
I-
get to this space on the wall.
Just ew, ew, ew,
And it's
ew.
honestly
Oh,
though,
God.
that's the plunging sound.
Yeah.
It's a goo room, man.
Probably at that, I would have at least turned around to see what he was doing.
That's fair, yeah.
What are
But
you
yeah,
doing?
Spartos, you're standing in front of this blank space on the wall.
Yeah, I'd like to, I mean, just generally investigate it, look at what it is and why there might have been footprints up to it, see if it might be some sort of secret passageway, if there might be some sort of trigger on the wall, obviously check for potential traps around it, or like a secret candlestick I can
Roll an
on.
investigation check.
generally fucking with stuff.
Illy, why is he looking at a blank space on the wall?
Look at the footprints.
I didn't really want to look at the floor.
Not mine.
Why,
I rolled
I'm-
a 3. For
I
a
mean, I
grand
didn't
total of
assume
6.
they were yours because you walked over to it,
Mm.
but
you just do that as you go to like put your hand down over there. You hit a solid surface about 4 feet in front of the wall.
Wait, like invisible solid
Yeah.
space? Oh. Wait a second. What?
Like hollow sound. Doof, 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 doof.
Something's here. I bring everybody's attention to the invisible thing directly in front of me that shouldn't be here until an extra 4 feet. I just start kind of like...
You find a small in quotations handle.
I give the handle a jiggle and see if it might be going in any particular way.
It doesn't move right away.
I give it a pull.
Roll an athletics check.
Slide.
It's a pocket door.
Watching the motions he's doing, I'm ready to go to my genie's room if this room looks like it's about to seal off and do some stupid shit.
21.
21. You pull, and you hear the sound of wood splintering as you pull the door off of a cabinet that was invisible. More of a wardrobe, really.
Oh. Oops. Can I see the wardrobe now?
You can.
Or do I just have a now visible thing in my hand of an invisible object?
So you still have, like, when you pull it off, you can't see the front, but you can see the back. So you see, like, the back half of a wooden door, and you can see inside of this wardrobe. But before we get to that, Dash, let's have a conversation.
Okay.
We are going to join you on the oceans on the western side of the Storm Coast, out near the Maelstrom. You've been seeking a group of adventurers for a while now. And you have done anything in your power to get to where you needed to be. You've worked on various ship crews. You have been a stowaway. You've done pretty much anything you can trying to travel the Storm Coast and the surrounding oceans looking for these people. And while you were heading to what you last heard was it Waterdeep? No. Was it Silvery Moon? You're not sure. But you knew they were on the continent. And you knew that they were
Across the fucking continent.
There's a lot of planes on a lot of worlds, and
I had
the
a vague
chosen
idea.
ones have gone to all of them. Like, any one of them is not off the table. So you knowing they were on the Storm Coast was the closest you had gotten in a long time. And that's when the storm hit. A storm far stronger than any storm the oceans of the Storm Coast have witnessed, which is saying something for a place named for the things. A singular bolt of lightning from pitch black clouds struck the center of the ship you were on and sent you careening into the ocean. Unconscious, your body sank.
I have mariner's leathers. It's fine. It's magical
It sank.
sinking.
Yeah, that's right. Magical sinking.
Oh no, somehow your feet are now cinder blocks.
The last thing you remember is the strike of lightning on the ship. And then faint glimpses of this elven woman kind of carrying you effortlessly into a museum, a vault, a something. You couldn't get a good look at anything. You were slipping in and out of consciousness. You have faint memories of just the most horrid smell you've ever smelled. And the next thing you remember is being jolted awake at the sound of wood being shattered in front of you.
Ah!
Oh my god!
Ash, would you please describe to everyone here and everyone at home what Rhyme Blackstrand looks like as this door opens?
Yes. Rhyme is average sized, I suppose. I haven't quite figured out height. So maybe like 5'8", 5'9". Pale lilac skin, wearing seafaring leathers, has piercing gold eyes and long, dark black hair, and these two spiraled dark horns. Rhyme is a tiefling and is pressed very tightly against the back of this cabinet now. A standard dagger wrapped loosely in their tail, pointed at this now torn off door. Just. Hello?
Oh boy! Hi.
Who are you?
Tapartos the third. Who are you?
Rhyme.
Are you? I am sorry. Did Tapartos break your door? Was this your door? Do you live here?
No.
Why?
There was an elven woman of some kind who brought me in. Oh God, that's that. Oh, there is that smell
The
again.
smell.
Oh,
Yeah.
yep.
It's bad. It's really, really
Oh.
bad.
Ileana and
Ileana?
Tummel, you both hear this conversation happening.
Bartos, is something alive in there?
Yes.
Put the door back.
I think that would be rude.
Rather that not happen. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Just kind of like peek, head out.
I'm gonna just gently
Oh, you're
put the
small.
door into the slime.
Wait,
I'm average, thank you, at the very best. I don't know
a
what
woman
stories you've
relative
heard.
to
10
who
foot
actually owns the
furball.
building, to their true form.
It was an elven woman. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
I point to Ileana. This one?
I poke my head in and wave.
Plot
Hello?
twist, Ileana kidnapped Rhyme long ago.
Papartos, the member of the 10 that we fought was an elven woman to start with.
Oh, right. Yes, she killed me.
I believe I was intended to become part of some collection, so to speak, but I
Oh.
got put in a wardrobe and have yet to leave it.
Yet
So
to be
pardon me, and I
collected,
just kind of
let's
squeeze
see.
past to Partos.
Oh,
Oh, these
of course,
boots.
of course.
These boots are now
It's
absolutely
slimy. It's
oh
very
destroyed.
slimy.
Destroyed.
Very bad.
Terrible. I don't like this at all.
No.
Well, what? So I've heard stories of the chosen ones, but I don't think I have faces or names or any details besides these
No.
heroes saving things.
You've been chasing rumors.
Yeah.
You've never heard any actual descriptors. You've just heard of these chosen ones, and you've heard all sorts of stories.
Yeah,
So
it's like it's a gang of devils. It's a
you've
dragon
heard-
slaying group of people. It's a
Yeah, you've heard of exploit. Like you heard about the siege on Groodhog and how the chosen ones led their army into battle against the hill giants. You've heard about the chosen ones being renegade villains that needed to be hunted down and captured. You've heard all sorts of differing stories and rumors about these people, but not once have you ever heard an actual description of what they look like or who they are.
My,
So
you're a
you-
large fellow. Just gently pat him on the chest. Thank you for opening the door. Toodles,
Welcome.
and I just walk my way out of the room.
Goodbye.
Do you walk past Eileen?
You're standing. Well, I'm assuming Big Heck is standing in the doorway.
Kind of
Or
like
adjacent to the
hand,
doorway.
Yeah, his hand's down there. I'll leave it. You just walk by, and like I say, hey, 1 sec, and I'll press a dissertation to clean your boots.
Oh, bless you, tiny one. You're an absolute delight. I'm sure you heard that from all kinds of people, but look at you. Oh, you're even bigger. Just like looking up at Big
It's
Heck,
like-
like crouching.
This like half rotted storm giant corpse
Oh,
Just with a cowboy hat.
a very big cowboy hat.
Yeah.
I actually like the idea of it being a regular humanoid-sized cowboy hat.
We don't make
Big
any
Heck,
sense.
tiny hat.
Yeah, hi. This is Big Heck. He's a friend, don't worry. And I'm Ilya. If you find a way out, will you let us know? I think we're locked in here.
Maybe we could find a way out together.
That seems like a distinct possibility. You said you're locked in?
Yeah, the door we came in on. Oh, and this is news, I think, to Portos and Tumult. The door's locked.
That's fine.
Oh,
We knew this was going to be a dungeon crawl.
I mean, I can get us out, technically, I think.
I kind of want to keep exploring. It's pretty neat in here.
Okay, well, if shit goes and really hits the fan, I can get us out of here.
as long as I'm out of the weird torture chamber, I am content to go wherever else this place has.
Absolutely. And I'm just
Tiefling-
gonna like quickly step out as well, so I'm not on crunchy goopy shit.
I'll clean to Portos's shoes and
Thank
whatever
you
as
so
well.
much, Illy.
You should come meet August. He's our friend and he's over this way, but he's kind of studying, so actually let's wait on meeting him.
Yes, blue guy. I'm assuming you also have a name, but you didn't use mine, so.
Not gonna lie, didn't catch it. Kind of freaked out that you came out of the cupboard.
Invisible.
Yeah, it's
Did
news to me
you-
too. I did that decades ago at this point.
Did you like slaughter a town? Become an infamously notorious criminal? Did you?
Oh. Not in like a period of weeks.
Oh.
No, I'm not a murderer so much as a rake and rapscallion, if you will. I do crime, but it is typically for my own greater good and tend to not do slaughter of towns. So
But she was gonna tax, like she was gonna save you as a trophy.
I don't know. I got struck by lightning. I fell into the ocean despite this lovely set of leathers I own. It was a weird magical whirlpool of sorts. And then I woke up in this beautiful museum of batshit crazydom, and a woman shoved me in a cabinet. So I don't know.
Oh, we killed her. Well, we think.
Oh, well, if she was the one who could open the door, we live here now. So get used to the place.
Again, I
Not
think
like
I
we
can
killed
get
her
us out
in
of
here.
No, we killed her when she was destroying the entire city of Waterdeep.
Yeah.
Turns out she was
Oh.
an gargantuan ancient dragon that was a progenitor of existence.
So we did end up near Waterdeep. That's useful. Good.
Oh yes, we're actually pretty close to the coast.
At least I am slightly oriented now.
Okay. I was just trying to figure out why she wanted to taxidermy you.
I'm so
Considering,
glad she
you know-
did not put my flesh on a frame. So
Well, I mean, if you could look
don't
out there,
know.
like everything's just like stupid dangerous to a point. Like they are definitely like hunting trophies. I was just confused as to why you were going to be one of them, but
I might have just come too close to the weird museum of fuckery. And she maybe didn't like that. I don't think it's quite opening day yet, selling tickets, so to speak. So I don't know. I was looking for a group of adventurers who could either be the saviors of everything or the vile villains themselves. And I got struck by lightning and fell into the sea. Everything else beyond that point is blurry.
oh yeah, that's them out there.
What?
What?
This room
Yeah.
full of taxidermy is
No, the people that are alive out there. And
not,
kinda
not
pointed to
you. You're just
Partos.
going along with it.
Eh, yes.
You're
No,
a terrible liar.
it's not really lying. It's more like we don't like the name that's currently associated with the group. We just haven't found a new one.
Oh, gods of chance on my side today. By any chance, is that named the Chosen Ones?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yep. All right. Well, you're trapped in here. I'm trapped in
Again,
here.
not really trapped.
Not truly trapped, but either way, we're here to steal all their gold.
Well, it seems like you've stumbled upon a batch of corpses instead. So
There
have
might
fun with
still be-
those.
I point to the little elf. Gold.
What?
I mean, telling from the large zombie giant, probably. Though
Yeah,
I don't think these
actually.
things have bones
Hey,
anymore.
You know what I didn't think through before I sent you guys into a giant room full of terrifying monsters?
That only brings back terrible.
But Alex,
monsters.
if they have been
Girl.
taxidermied, there may not be enough flesh left for her to do her abilities.
She can sure as hell try.
However, in the goop room, our DM did say that there was actively being taxidermied corpses.
So there's plenty of ones with plenty of stuff left on it.
Hey, Argus, what's your passive perception?
20.
That's pretty good. That's pretty high.
End of
You're-
sentence.
Mid studying, right?
Yeah.
How focused is Argus when he studies?
On these particular items, I would say he's probably pretty focused. This
Okay.
is something he was trying. I mean, as we all know with Dandy, he's trying to do a combination of technology and nature to create like a new Warforged type of thing.
Cool. I was just making double check.
Yeah.
I'm gonna reduce your passive perception a bit for you are dedicated focusing
Yeah.
on like one specific thing, so your outer awareness is probably not as good as it would be.
That's fair.
There's no, don't worry, I'm not like surprise attacking you now because you said those answers or anything. I was just curious.
Well, it wouldn't work anyway.
Are you alert?
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah, you are. Good work. Well done. All right. The rest of you are kind of convened at this door, the outside of this room.
I'm gonna go investigate the cabinet now.
Oh, it's just an empty cabinet.
Is there a second door though?
No, so it was basically like a big like wardrobe wasn't like the best descriptor, but it was the only large closet I could think of. But it's basically just like a single door storage like locker, basically. That's what it is. It's just a big ass locker. Whereas like the one door that's now like half broken off and like
I
hanging on
got
the
shoved
hinges.
into a locker.
So there's
Living
nothing
middle
else in
school
there.
over again.
No, this looks to be like it was like a pretty reinforced door from the inside.
Okay, but not obviously not reinforced from the outside.
Yeah, it looks like it was meant to keep something in for sure, rather than like keep somebody from opening it from the outside.
Okay, is like the piece that I ripped off still invisible on the ground?
You pushed it into the goop.
Tumult, grab the invisible door, please.
Okay, this cabinet is like humanoid cabinet size, so the broken off piece is probably like 3.5 feet. Like it's not this massive like thing. Oh, that's perfect.
I'm assuming looking down, there's probably a portion of space that looks very different.
Well, so it would have been face down, right? So you can see the back of the door.
Oh, he did drop it face down. I thought he dropped it where it was like an invisible
I figured you
top,
just
and I
let
was
it
like,
go.
Oh,
Yeah,
So
that was
Yeah,
a 50-50 shot. It
yeah,
could've been-
it landed perfectly on one of the thin edges of the door. It's
I'm gonna
just
pick
sticking
it up.
straight
Look at the grossness on one side and just hold that towards Departos as I fly over.
Ah!
You dropped it. You get to grab the nasty side.
Just like sort of like like throw it down at the ground.
Just Emma's fucking face that whole time.
Yeah. just slowly scooting forwards in the background.
I threw it at her plant and she was upset.
No.
The plant is fine. We'll clean that later. She wants to show you the plant now.
Ooh, I love a pothos. I just repotted mine and he got really sad.
Alive.
It is a healthy plant.
It's a good one.
It's our sweet baby boy. Anyway,
You have a goo covered door.
Look at the Argus
That is
sounds like
disgusting.
something you would-
after you clean it, probably.
Illeon,
But I'm assuming it could probably be useful to him.
Ileana, will you please clean the door for us?
I'll
Thank
clean the
you.
door.
I'm gonna go back inside the room and look for other things.
The room is pretty much cleared out.
Okay, so there's no doors or anything in there, or obvious things, and no one had gotten any hits off their detect magic.
No. Ileana, in the room that you guys were in originally, all of the creatures that are near you radiate enchantment magic.
I'd like to check to see if they are alive.
How?
I don't know.
You tell me
Go
what
and
you want to
just
do, and I'll tell you what to roll.
Go up to the very first body that I see with this enchantment magic, and like, what do I see? Is it like a skeleton? Is it like a mass of like organ? Like what?
What kind of creature is it?
Like, or is it even a creature? Or is it just like a collection of different body parts of the creature? You know, like, is it still intact, or is it?
Oh
what am I
no, no.
looking at?
So not in the corpse room, in the museum room.
Oh, okay. So like at the okay,
Like
Yeah,
the displays have the enchantment magic on
okay. Sorry.
them.
I
The one.
thought he meant the corpses.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's like thinking on it like that. It makes sense of why you would have been confused.
You could also learn what school of magic was used with detect magic.
Enchantment.
And
Okay.
The first creature that you walk up to, that is just like the one that's casually outside of the door, is this large, kind of pitch black skinned, a bat-esque creature. Massive for like bat wise, not like there's so many scales of bigger than you that there are. This is a medium-sized creature, but for a bat looking thing, it's big. Two large, like leather-esque bat wings come off its back, large kind of snarling maw coming off the front, two massively long arms, like twice its body length arms come off the front, and has two legs of a similar length off the back. It's like a humanoid-esque body type with these two large bat wings, but the arms and legs are just like drastically extended.
Absolutely horrifying.
If anybody wants to roll an Arcana or a Nature check to see if they know what this is, they can.
is there a plaque? Tumult, can you read the plaque?
There is a plaque, yes.
Yeah, I can come over and read the plaque.
What
Thank you, buddy.
like language is it written in?
Primordial.
Hmm.
This is a Nabasu.
Nobasu.
Bless you.
No, that's its name. N-A.
I'll get closer to it. What do its eyes look like?
They look glossed over
Okay.
pretty heavily. They do have this like faint yellow glow to them. But they are like fully like glossed over.
Okay.
What are
Um,
you trying to do here, little one?
There's enchantment magic coming off this thing, and I was checking or trying to check if it's alive.
Does it have a pulse?
I don't want to touch it.
Oh, Do you think it'll come all alive, all boogie woogie like?
I mean,
Maybe.
things have before. I got eaten once.
What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Not-
you
not
you
fun.
probably only hear the good. Not really
The
good,
Remoraz
the
statue.
big
Yeah.
like you only hear about the big stuff we do. You don't hear about a lot of the other stuff that he goes through.
Oh
I
no,
guess-
honestly, I've heard the big things and probably 18 or 19 wrong things. So
Define wrong.
Well,
that you all are villains terrorizing the material plane. At least I'm assuming that's wrong. If it's not wrong, I'm good as dead at this point. But
Depends on who told you that story.
well, I heard a story from a story from a story. It's layers on the sea. It's how it happens.
Yeah, no, but if
that's
they
kind of
belong to
what's happening.
Xerxes, yes, we're terrorizing the mortal plane of existence and
God.
are definitely making them pissed off.
Xerxes.
It's
This is
Kind of.
probably the first you've heard.
Fuck Xerxes!
Oh.
It's hard. It's just.
He is very not enamored with this group.
to be fair, neither is Departos. Or
I
really
only,
any of us for that case.
I only want a certain person dead.
Fair.
At least one of you was pretty enamored by them, though.
Two if you count a not present person.
Three
was
if you
outside of
include
your
someone
control.
who is present.
He's not here. It's fine.
Let's talk about
Um,
Devin's alter ego, but sure.
They are an organization.
Oh, it was both the he's of Ivan and Lysander. He's not here. It's
Oh.
fine.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm here. I was the one that called on Dandelion for everything.
And you and
No.
Coda got brain gooped.
Yup.
Xerxes is an organization with which we are not on particularly great terms with.
Is this the first I've heard of Xerxes or a first I've heard of Xerxes tied to them? Both. Okay.
No, first you've heard of Xerxes.
Okay.
Xerxes, as like prolific and long-lived as Xerxes is, they are a very under the radar group. Like they've existed for millennia because nobody has done shit about it. Because nobody knows that they are pulling the strings in the background.
Right. Organization of baddies, and they hate your guts.
Pretty
Or-
much, yeah.
Organization of goodies, baddies from your perspective.
I mean, they're looking for genocide of a particular type.
Well, you all
Oh.
cut down an entire sect of giants, so on to you.
I would argue that war and genocide are different, but
Yes, but how many hill giants did you kill sieging their castle?
Not enough.
I don't think now is the right time for this. We can certainly get into the social political nature of the things that we do and we engage in later. I would like to get out of here, please.
Hey, big boy, touch the weird bat.
Which big boy?
Big
You-
heck.
No, I meant you, since you were the one talking and lamenting and wanting to get this conversation over. Touch the weird bat. You look healery. Is it alive? You've been eaten by a statue once before. What's again?
It wasn't fun.
You're here.
Soup kind of walks up behind you guys and goes, to be fair, this one doesn't look like it's big enough it could eat you, so that's a win.
Or
Hello.
you could find some other smaller creature and dispel magic.
That's
brings
Oh,
up a
that's
point.
where the articulation comes from.
That one is focused but seems wise. That might be a better bet than this big thing. Are there any other humanoids? Any gerbils? Any inky dinky little things?
Y'all can roll perception checks to see if you can find a smaller creature to
Definitely thought Ryan was the smallest person, or like smallest thing. in
26,
this.
not 20.
26, not Nat.
Oh, the flex. I have to look at my list. I don't have these written down by category of like size. I didn't think it
Like
would
a brain
matter.
dog or
Didn't
Actually,
think
brain
people that
dog
could
would be very
reanimate dead things would look at the sizes of objects.
You did say
Yeah,
you
we
saw
were
an intellect devourer. That's pretty small and easy.
You did see an intellect devourer.
do we
You
want to
also-
awaken a brain dog?
You also see a small floating skull. that is technically of the tiny size category.
How would one determine if a tiny skull is in fact alive or dead? By nature of being a tiny floating skull is both alive and dead. Schrodinger's headpiece, so to speak.
True. At the same time, intellect devourers are notoriously horrific to deal with.
The next size up.
Especially when your
Intellect
DM has
Devourer.
homebrewed intellect devourers because they are his fucking favorite monster in all of D&D.
So what would be the relatively next size up from said intellect devourer?
Or something made of flesh.
A medium creature would be like intellect devourers are small. So if you're looking for a like size category up from there, it would be a medium creature. So like that bat
Something
thing
fleshy,
or-
but not that.
Okay, so just another medium creature that's not a giant bat demon. That's okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Something that's got flesh, but is not a brain dog or a skull.
You're wearing furs, orcish gentleman. What here is potentially least threatening that if we poked it wouldn't kill all of our faces off?
Soup just looks at you, just like with like this like stunned, like no one ever asks for my input or opinion on matters. Like look, I'm like,
It's your chance, so
I don't know my ass from my elbow when it comes to boogie woogie creatures of sorts. You seem a bit more experienced than I, so
so my expertise lies in dragons, giants, and fiends. So as far as everything else in this room goes, weird bat thing is probably lower end of the totem pole of what you're going to find. It looks scary, but it's a lot less scary than some of these other things.
right, all right, Clanky Man, touch the thing. See if it's alive.
Volunteering for this.
why not? You're the cleric.
Fucking fine. I'm tired. I had a rough day.
And you're
I'm
the
gonna
leader.
Walk up and touch it.
Why don't you heal it? See what happens.
Let's start off by touching it.
You touch it?
Yeah, I touch it.
Is your glove on of your armor?
Yes, it is.
Dunk. Nothing happens.
Point of order.
It's
I
dead.
probably would have been touching like the iron golem and any of the other constructs
You sure would have, yes.
without gloves on.
Appointedly no armor. That is correct. Nobody thought to ask you.
Just saying.
I've not met you yet. You're across the room. I just see you skittering around something.
In our defense, you're also going after the machines.
You touch it, nothing happens.
Do you feel a pulse or anything?
Oh, just like a dink.
What is the four of you's passive perception? Everyone except for Argus, because I already know Argus is 18.
16.
19.
22.
Yeah.
That's without the shield on. 27 with the shield. But
I was like, I knew it was high, but
Yeah.
22. Ileana, as you guys are kind of standing here taking observation, you glance over at the door and you see that the aboleth is now in front of the door where the beholder was. And the beholder is now up along one of the walls facing down and into the room.
Hey, everybody. Does anyone remember what statue thingy was like in the front of us when we walked in?
It was a
The beholder, because it was kind of creepy.
Okay. It's it moved. And I'll point it out.
That would pull me out of my focus.
I don't like that.
like that at all.
Like, did you watch it move, or you just notice it's in a new place?
Oh, I just noticed I didn't see it move. No. But like the aboleth thing up there seems to have just like swapped and like I'll put the beholder on the wall now and just
Touch it again.
I poke the bat again.
Nothing happens. Argus has been here the whole time, just messing with it. And things just like.
Once again, machines.
It's just
And
funny.
we are not looking at the enchantment magic on yours. They might not even have enchantment magic. They could just be no power. We don't know.
That's a good idea.
It's actually pretty.
At which point, I will start to ritually cast Detect Magic
Bless you.
as part of my study.
For sake of ease, Detect Magic goes off. The Warforged have the same enchantment magic on them.
Okay.
You guys gather with like some quick like walking around of the space. All of the statues in here have enchantment magic on them.
So we're in a room of moving statues. That was the door you came in. You said it was locked. There
Is
any other doors?
Is there a statue of an angel? Because that could be important.
A few, yeah. There is a planetar statue.
Do they have their eyes covered?
No,
Oh, we're okay
They do
then.
not. Yeah.
Should I try healing one of these things?
Probably not right now.
Okay.
Not
Do you
until
want-
we figure out why they're moving.
Right.
Are there any like rail systems or moving floor panels? This could be a living museum, so to speak.
Make an investigation check. You're probably good at this.
It's a +5. 23.
No rails, no wires, no anything. You gather whatever is part of the magic that is on them is what is holding them aloft in these positions you find them in.
So couldn't leave with, you said, a beholder in front of the door? What if an aboleth in front of the door? Or some fancy door opening creature? I'm not good at
Point to Big Heck.
puzzles.
Couldn't open it.
Yeah. Yes, of course, you couldn't open it by pushing it. What if it needs to have a specific thing there for it to open?
Alright. You move the beholder back in front of the door.
Hey,
Yo.
Tomatos, can you move that thing? Like, can you actually like move it?
Try, and I try to just take it and shift it one way or another, see if it like moves around.
Describe to me how and where you try to move it.
So it's like on a pedestal, right? Oh no. I guess
Nope,
I'm
it
just-
is
there.
like basically freestanding behind this placard.
I'm gonna just take it and like give
You
it a
shake it?
gentle push.
As you push
Try
it,
to like
the body articulates with where you push it. So as you push it, it goes from this like hunched over position. It stands up straight and holds in the position.
Kinda cool, actually.
Rather uncomfortable, actually.
What do I feel
Yeah,
about
but this magic is awesome.
No, it's beyond fascinating, book boy, but
Does it work on people that are alive? I wonder.
what is wrong with you?
a lot.
There's someone that I'm going to kill, but I want it to be as slow and as painful as possible. And if this is possible, many bad things could happen to this person during that.
Are you sure you're not the bad guys?
Is anyone ever sure they're not the bad guys?
No, typically not. I guess that is a fact.
The bad guys are just the losers of history.
Wow. All right, you have some
Really-
things you need to work out, Blue Man.
Not giving us a good impression of our new
He's
friend.
not wrong though. Like
Oh my goodness.
Sorry, I'm very practical here, but bad things have happened, and I'm tired of being nice about it. Even our point to the captain man, to Partos. Even our captain's questioning morals slightly.
Can we not have these deeply personal conversations right now?
Why not? You seem to got to attach the person that replaced me, and then you didn't like him anymore.
Ileana,
What?
as you're standing here watching,
You're just bitter because I made the better rogue.
you catch the aboleth start swimming through the air towards the wall. Ileana is the only one that catches this. It is silent. Like there is no sound of the movement. It is moving through free air, and it is a large fish-esque creature, so that it is just moving. And you see the small skull that I referenced before float from where it was behind its plaque and move forward. And you faintly see just a brief flash of writing as the plaques edit themselves.
Alex, this chamber's cool.
Wish we didn't kill the dragon now. I wanted to teach me this magic.
So after it's done moving, I'm making sure to watch it intently until it's done moving. Oh, are they both done moving now?
Yeah, the aboleth has kind of swam over to the place where the skull was, and they basically swapped positions. And as the aboleth finished, it kind of curled, and these eyes along the front of its face are looking over towards you guys.
Okay. Hey, so the aboleth moved again, and yeah, and I'll point it out. It's over there now. It swaps places with that skull thing. It seems to be looking at us.
Don't like that.
You would also notice the eye stalks of the beholder also fixated in your direction.
That is too many eyes. I don't like it. Let's leave. Leaving now. Yes, please take me out of the weird dragon museum.
Actually, that kind of makes sense.
Why? Why does this make sense? Why does any of this make sense?
Like the way that the room is constantly rearranging, and the beholder keeps the magic could just literally be like the tracking magic. It keeps track of where the person is in the room and orientates everything in retrospect of where you are, so you can still see everything properly. It is literally the thing that can see everything.
So what if could we cover up each of its eyes?
Here to answer your question, yes. There doesn't seem to be any sort of the anti-magic cone effect or any of that kind of stuff happening right now. It is just the eyes generally pointed in your direction. You're muted, buddy.
Just checking. I didn't want to interrupt the stuff that was going on. So
To me, it just kind of makes sense why it keeps looking at us, unless you think someone's watching us through it.
Sensical or not, it's creepy. I don't often like myself stared at by a beholder. I don't know about you.
did we know the name of the
Last time
dragon?
it happened, I died.
Her name was Zessum.
Zessum.
I didn't get to fight the last one.
To be fair, that wasn't a beholder.
Death Tyrant.
It was a death
Hey,
tyrant.
I was like, oh no, I
turned into
swore
a
I
death
would never
tyrant.
forget it, and then I forgot it.
I have it
Very.
written down. I have every one of those questions, in their answers, written down on a special page of my notes.
Just in
saying,
case.
Epic fun chaos quiz. With everything moving around, has a new door appeared?
Make a perception check.
26. We
Nope.
seem to have a fascination with this number.
It's true. It's a lot of 26s.
There is no new doors.
Was there a door in the slaughter room?
Nope, just the one back out to the museum.
Slaughter Room is the name of my new metal band. Or indie horror movie. I'm not sure which.
I've told you the name of my band, and I'm not going to change it.
You guys would gather whatever you have to figure out. It's in this room, has something to do with these statues. But because clearly I have not given them to you, probably doesn't have a whole lot to do with the specific creatures you need to interact with. Because there are a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Argus, nothing happened when you put your hand on the placard, did it? Or did you do that?
Oh, I could lie to you and tell you I haven't touched a thing on here, but if you look close enough, you'll probably see my grubby fingerprints all over it. So,
I mean, I can tell, but I'm referring specifically to the placard.
to the placard? No, I don't need to touch the placard. I need to touch the construct.
I'm going to walk over to a placard and put my hand on it.
Nothing happens. The floating skull shifts and you see another creature taking its place. Touch me.
Seem in response to him putting his hand on the placard.
Coincidental timing, probably. Nobody touched a placard before now, and they've shifted twice already, so you're not sure. Like, it doesn't.
Counterpoint, how long were you in this room before you then tried to open the door again? Was it a few minutes? Intermittent space of time?
Space of time.
Not really sure.
Maybe. All eyes need to be on that door for us to leave, which I would like to do.
Yeah, but we're trying to steal all the stuff in here.
What stuff? There was a room full of goo and a lot
Hold
of
on.
miscellaneous corpses. Do you want to shove these weird statuettes into a bag of yours and move on with your day?
No, I mean, there's definitely going to be more down here. This is literally where an ancient dragon lived.
Did you think that maybe her hoard was trophies? She liked cool dead things.
She was
As
an
a-
asshole.
As a point of order, when these creatures shift, you do hear as a massive creature with a whip in one hand, a sword in the other, wings coming off of its back, this massive demon figure, this massive devil. No, that was right the first time. Yeah, massive demon figure steps up and is now like staring down the door. The floating skull looking at you.
Wait a second. So, last thing that was looking at us was the beholder, right? When the aboleth moved into its
As
place.
far as I understand, it's still looking at us.
Yeah, the aboleth beholder and now the skull are all looking at us.
Oh, so this thing is about to be looking at us as well.
What is the skull? What is the name? Tumult. What is the name on the plaque of the skull?
It's a demi-lich.
Ah.
Well, that just shut that down. I mean, Aboleth, Beholder. No, it's not a C name.
I mean, it was beholder aboleth, but
If we move around the room, do the eyes follow us?
Do you want to move around the room?
I would like to move around the room.
As you move around, are all of you moving together, or is it just Tapartos walking away?
I have a theory, and I'm going to start walking around.
I'd follow him.
Okay, so the two of you.
Do you need us to follow you for this theory?
Not yet, but maybe in a second. I want to try it just with one or two of us.
Okay, I want to go over to the door. And I'm going to walk over to the door.
Okay, so you go over to the door. The two of you, Spartos and Rhyme, start moving around like the room, just in a general direction, trying to see if the eyes are following you. Argus, you're still at the statues. Tummel, are you just chilling where you were?
Yeah, I'm still by the door.
Okay. The slaughter room door?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm having a hard time visualizing all of this.
I know it's a lot.
Big square room, slaughter room in
actually,
the back.
Do you
Big
have
door in the
Roll20
front.
open?
I do.
Just think of big door down here,
Okay.
slaughterhouse over here,
Cool.
beholder, and
Really?
orientate
Where?
orientate ourselves where they said they were. It's like Ilya said she was by the front door,
Okay.
like where we came in at.
Yeah, yeah.
So Ilya be down here.
Okay.
Argus is somewhere on the side where the machines are.
Cool.
I'm at the far end, and then you guys are walking in circles.
I'm gonna just draw a
Through the
shape for
middle.
myself here.
Ian, do you have aphantasia?
What?
If I say picture an apple, can you see an apple in your mind?
Yes.
Okay. I was just curious.
No, I just struggle to visualize things.
No,
I
that's
can't
valid.
not visualize them.
As you guys move, the aboleth's eyes follow Ileana as she travels back to the door. The beholder's eye stalks follow Tepartos and Rhyme. The demi-lich is locked in on Tumult.
What about the Balor? Is it staring at anything yet?
It's still looking at the door. It hasn't shifted places yet.
So
They
in
haven't
theory, it's
started-
still looking at Illy.
Well, yeah, it's like
Right.
it is not focused on Illy. It is looking at the door, just like when you first walked in. The beholder was like looking directly at the doorway, whereas the aboleth is looking directly at her.
Okay.
You do, Ian, for your sake, the creatures don't start staring at people directly until after they have moved to their next position in the room.
Right. Ryan, if you'd be so kind, would you mind walking that way a little bit? I just point off to like my right.
Right. Okay. I walk like 15, 20 feet away from him.
Eyes
Beholder still staring at me. or
still
Ryan?
staring at you. To Bartos.
I see. So it would appear each of these is honed into one of us.
So do you want to stay long enough for each of us to get a special little creature of our own and then be viciously attacked?
No, that actually sounds like unpleasant.
As a point of order for power scaling here, the lowest challenge rating of a creature I've said is 15.
Yeah. Do not want to handle a demi-lich and a Balor at the same time.
And a beholder.
And a beholder.
And an aboleth.
Honestly, aboleth is the least of my worries at this moment. Still not fun. Okay. So, a couple of theories. A, what if we get all of them to try to look at each other? Or if we cross gazes, does that do anything? Or if we get them all to stare at the central spot by staying in a central spot, does that do anything? Just trying to...
Or third
Way out
theory,
the
which I had
scientific
already
method.
mentioned, make them all look at the door. Like they assumedly were when you walked in.
Well, let's all stand in front of the door then. I'm gonna go walk in front of the door with Illy.
But your little blue friend wants to find the dragon horde, so
Tumult, will you try this, please?
Yeah, you're the captain.
Thank you.
I'll walk over to the door.
Okay. All of you walk to the door. The doors swing open.
Nice. I just...
ta-da! And I just walk out into the walk out of the room.
I follow and I look for a little rock or a pebble or like sand or something. to
So
pick
when the
up.
door opens,
I feel like they were all pretty good.
you do not see the entrance cavern that you came into. Devin, the look on your face is the greatest thing about being a DM. You just made
Just
me
the
so
pure
fucking
joy.
happy. Like, you have no idea. Just as soon as you do not see the entryway. Yes. What you see in front of you is another relatively large room, nowhere near the size of the like museum room you were in prior. This one is a library. Much smaller, humanoid-esque sized, but with several rising bookcases that go about 20 feet into the air around this kind of octagonal room. Each wall is just bookcases. As you all progress in, the door once again shuts behind you and seals itself.
Oh.
I want to look at.
Ta-da.
It's like when we come in, there's a shelf to our left and a shelf to our right, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to look at the book closest to me at eye level on the shelf to my right.
This appears to be a book of it's a compendium of different habitats of various kinds of creatures.
Does it have a particular title? You
Uh,
don't have to think of a full title. Are the books around it looking in alphabetical order is what I'm going for here.
No, they use the Dewey Decimal System,
no, yeah. So
mean
they
the
don't
decimal
they don't
the Dragon
They are-
Decimal System.
That's right.
they aren't alphabetically organized, but as you look at some of the other books on the shelf, these all seem to be regional books. Like these all seem to be
Categorically.
about various
Categorically.
different ecologies of various creatures, different terrains they inhabit, things like that.
After whoever goes next, I'm going to go to the left shelf of books.
I'm
Then
gonna
what
look
up?
for a book on that regional one for a solo, a mind flail lich, a bell. Are there any books for any of those creatures that were not listed?
Make an investigation check.
I'm going to look for the Tao and the Art of Warforged Maintenance.
Roll an investigation check.
The 29.
Damn.
24, critically success.
Damn.
Like to look for a potential exit door.
Roll an investigation check. Anybody else looking for anything specific?
Not currently. I just
Damn.
No door.
Doors have never existed, Ian. You made them up the whole time.
It's a door. Certainly not walking through one. That's
For those at home, Ian rolled a natural one ending with a 4.
or for the door.
Now we're watching Ian walk through doors.
Yeah. Well, technically a long hallway, but you know.
There's doors there.
Yeah. There's
Technically, a long hallway is just a bunch of doors in a row.
Or one really long door.
that's fair.
And now he's in the fucking void.
Well, technically,
I'll turn the light on in a second.
Okay, so Ileana, you first. Which one of those creatures did you want to try to find a region book for?
Kraken?
the only one that they didn't
The
name
ocean.
originally. I like it.
Perfect. You look for a book on like kraken habitats. You find a book about oceanic creatures and the different kind of habitats where they may roam. And you see one. You do see an entry about krakens that says krakens will roam the deep recesses of the ocean. End of sentence. There is no like specific ocean they may reside in. They just reside in the ocean. It does say that they have to be like they have to live in the deepest parts of the ocean, and that is why it's so rare to see a kraken on the surface, is because the lack of pressure will actually make it to where their bodies will start to like expand and not be able to hold their muscles tight enough for them to move. So they can only come to the surface for short amounts of time before they have to go back into the ocean to like set themselves straight.
Oh, like a blobfish.
Yeah. Argus, you look for a very specific book about the mechanics of Warforged, and you find it. It is written in Dwarvish,
I'll learn.
but the book is yours.
And I'm sure it's illustrated.
It's absolutely there are diagrams.
Yeah.
But there is not like this is like a more of a technical manual.
It's like a Chilton's manual for Warforged.
Yeah, exactly. So you can probably glean a decent amount just from the diagrams, but you gather having it translated and having the explanations behind stuff will help drastically.
Any luck with you guys looking for particular books?
I mean, I found this one on Kraken's.
Argus, you seem to like go straight for a book.
Yeah, this will help immensely in some of my ideas and studies and things.
You guys ever heard of doors before?
Like what
No, but if
I'm
you
sure
have
there's
two
a
of them,
book.
it's Parador.
I'm assuming that there's a book on doors if you want that, Bartos.
What is a door?
But like what I want to know what book Argus is looking at now. It's intrigued me.
I'm not looking at it anymore. I put it in my in my bag of holding.
You put it in your what?
I pocketed
Ah.
that shit.
To be fair, Departus grew up in the woods. They didn't have doors.
And I figure since
We had flaps.
we killed Zessum, this is all ours. So we're just looking through our
Oh,
own
yeah.
library.
I wasn't gonna chastise you for it. I speak Dwarvish. I was trying to make it casual.
That's fine. We can talk about that later. This is not the place that I don't have my workshop here.
No, but at least you know you could get it translated immediately. Because I don't sleep.
So Argus, you are on the right track here. The rest of you, what I would like you to do is think about something about your character that you would like to develop. Some sort of skill that you would like to learn. So, oh yeah, I know. Listen, if you figure it out, I guess.
I don't even have a backstory yet besides my sister's name and my name or a pun. That's it.
I mean, it's not looking at specifically like I want to become proficient in survival or something like that. For Argus chose a very good book for himself because it is looking at the mechanics of how Warforged are created. So it's looking at boosting his ability to create constructs. So something along those lines of what is something that you would like to better about your character's self.
I would like to see if there might be any sort of, I mean, obviously I'd start off with clerical texts or anything, but anything that might have specifics on damage mitigation as opposed to healing. Stopping the hurt before it happens.
So like resistances and stuff.
Yeah. Resistance.
Or are you talking like
armor class?
Or are you talking like
too.
3.5, like you're looking to learn like a damage reduction?
Anything really? Like if we've got an ancient dragon horde and secret knowledge and shit, I want to go for that.
Sure. What I want you to do is specify in on one of those things.
Can we come back to me while I think about the specific wording?
Absolutely. Who else would like to go?
Thank you.
Have I already used up my go with just looking for the Warforged? Because that's not actually what I wanted, but it's
Okay. What do you
it
want?
means to an end.
What do you want?
Actually, I'm looking for a technical section that would have various, like a Da Vinci section where his stuff would be drawn and you could break down the different mechanics like an
Sure.
artificer would like.
So you're looking for an actual, rather than like strictly Warforged or like Golem creation, you're looking for a like technical machinery.
Yes.
section.
Yes.
We will say you find a book entitled improv brain shutting down.
You're doing great, bud.
Advancing one's work within the field of natural technology.
Ooh. Yeah, that would have jumped out at me.
Yeah. Tumult Ileana rhyme.
No, they don't.
Kind of strong, but I'm gonna look for a book about the spell Create Magan, and specifically look for something to where I don't lose the permanent HP if I cast the spell. If I have to pick one of the creatures, I'm gonna pick the strongest one, the Galvin, I think, the one that can fly like shoot
Create
lightning.
Magan?
Fucking
Yeah.
power gamer.
The fuck is that?
A very Ileana spell is all
It's
I want to
basically
say.
like animate dead, but instead of like animating dead, I like make a doll and then infuse it with like life, I guess.
I'm looking.
Oh,
I'm
I
looking.
don't know if I like that. I mean, that's kind of what I'm doing, but I don't know if I like that.
For folks at home who are just confused, I am. This is a 7th level spell of the Transmutation School.
Oh, from Icewind Dale, so it's new.
Devin, you spend way more time looking at the new books than I do. All of you guys do, and every time you come with me with something new, I'm like. So this spell, Create Magan, says, while casting the spell, you place a vial of quicksilver in the chest of a life-sized human doll stuffed with asher dust. You then stitch up the doll and drip your blood on it. At the end of the casting, you tap the doll with a crystal rod, transforming it into a Magan clothed in whatever the doll was wearing. The type of Magan is chosen by you during the casting of the spell. See Appendix C for different kinds of Magan and their statistics. When the Magan appears, your hit point maximum decreases by an amount equal to the Magan's challenge rating. Only a wish spell can undo this reduction to your hit point maximum.
I mean, funny enough, you have that.
Okay, so they're not like stupid strong. They're just better than like skeletons and stuff like that.
Yeah, lots more like utility and yeah, better combat. Like HP is in the 40 to 70 range.
Oh, and they're not temporary.
Exactly. So like the HP loss on Ileana would be permanent. That's what I'm trying to learn how to overcome or subvert or whatever. I understand if you say no, it's really strong.
So what we're gonna do, you would still have to find the material components for the spell. Right? So you would have to be able to produce the life-size dolls. You would have to be able like to do all those things. I will say you find a book that talks about substitution of the cost of transmutation. So it may not be about completely negating that cost, but it could be about there being other ways to cast that spell without the permanent life loss.
Love it. That's awesome.
Okay.
I think I'd be looking for manuals or books on how to be like a tactical fighter in the sense of being able to guide yourself best in combat and potentially guide and lead others best in combat.
Okay. So like just like a general like battlefield tactics manual. Okay. Easy enough. You find a book entitled Selfish Fighting for the Party. Zach and Ian, that leaves you.
Sorry, I'm trying to fix my thingy. Power supply. That's it.
You and Zach are the only ones left.
Okay. So I've got two ideas. I might need help on one of them, and if it's not going to work, I've got a different one. So when I say damage mitigation, the thing I am consistently coming up on is that I have ways to bring the party up and keep myself up. And I have like last ditch options. However, a lot of this stuff requires concentration. So it's either something that I can increase some sort of like bonuses, AC, keep people alive. No, I'm talking through it and it just all sounds so broken.
Talk it out, man. There are 3 demigods in your party.
Yeah, exactly. I'm feeling pretty underpowered.
There are 3 demigods in your party as far as player knowledge goes, not character knowledge.
Yes. There are 2 demigods in my
2,
There's
right?
one
Because
demigod in my party.
Arius, you're still a demigod, even if you haven't revealed it to the party yet. All of the players know what happened.
I don't have the stats for that, so
That's true. That's true. That's on me.
So I would love to do something similar to sort of like damage reduction in 3.5. Either like, the first, if I'm concentrating on something or a particular area, spell first 10, 15, what have you, gets negated or gets halved, or I save on something to be able to lessen the amount of damage that's coming in. Because as of right now, especially for me, everything that's coming at me, I'm taking in full. So it doesn't matter how much I'm healing because everything is burning through what I can't out heal, even if I'm not trying to actively heal in full all the damage that's being inflicted.
I mean, it also seems too that you might be looking something akin to the Paladin aura, where
Honestly,
you're
yeah.
reducing damage of the people, of yourself and the people around you.
Honestly, that's exactly what I'm looking for.
Okay, I'll tell you what. You find a book that is called When the Enemy Realizes the Healer is the Primary Target.
Yes, please.
There you go.
Cool. I'll take it.
Zach, that leaves you.
I would be looking for books on either achieving or stealing divinity, or causing a god to lose their divinity for whatever reason.
Okay.
Assuming a god dragon might have some information on
So I'll tell you,
this.
so I'll say this. You find a book that is entitled The Transition of Divinity. And as you reach for it, another book catches your eye nearby. One's True Self.
That's just a self-help book.
Want to pull both books if I can, starting with the one that caught my eye first.
Okay, so you see one's true self. The book, in kind of the summary at the beginning, talks about finding unbridled power from sources inside of yourself rather than from seeking them from outside sources, in ways that you can help manifest and grow your own power to be unmatched in your own right.
Turning yourself into God 101.
The summary of the Transition of Divinity book essentially covers over of the very many processes in which there are to achieve divinity, receive divinity, transfer divinity, take away divinity, etc.
I would definitely be focusing on that last part of the book in that one. Because if I can cause Mr. Dandelion to lose divinity at any point during a fight, even better.
You gather you can take only one. Both very beneficial to you. It's just whichever one you think Tumult would want more.
Probably the one self.
Very well. You all will have to spend some time with these books. Downtime, travel days, whatever it may be. But all of you now have a stepping stone.
I want to pull a piece of parchment out of my bag, set it next to the book I'm putting back, and say, Argus made a point earlier. This is ours, and I will come back for this.
Okay, so you just mark where it was in the bookshelf?
Yep.
Perfect. I very much appreciate the fact that you guys are just now fully claiming this dragon lair as your own.
Oh, you don't need it.
As all of you
Private library, thank you.
As all of you find your own books, the seam on the door reappears.
Can it close with a book-sized hole for a book to fly out when Garragack comes back next week?
Yes. Garragack also grabbed a book for sure. You guys just have to remind me to give Garragack a book next week.
Did
Is
Soup
Garrett gonna want to read?
It'll be an audiobook.
Leonin might.
Right, Leonin, right?
did Soup grab a book about, laws and tax evasion?
Soup, if you guys asked him, Soup would tell you he grabbed a book about
Demonic
essentially-
contracts?
no, he would have grabbed a book about essentially a hunting manual for creatures or beings far outside of your own power level. Basically, how to make himself such a good hunter to be able to hunt things like the things that are in
That room.
in the museum, or
And as
Xerxes,
the
or-
woman who was a huntress, basically, makes sense. She would have plenty of those. Right, so I got us to a library. Want to try again?
Old.
Oh, let's see where it goes this time. What?
as the next door opens, make sure I got my order right here.
Hey, Illy, do you think I can sit on Big Heck's hand with you?
Yeah, sure. Does anyone else want on? As Big Heck puts hand down.
I'll stay down here, but I'll take up the front. Thank you.
Okay. And when Tumult's on, bring it back up to just regular hip.
Big Heck is this door is kind of small for Big Heck. He's still kind of having to clamber through it, but good enough. As the next door opens, no, go ahead, Zach. Say.
I was gonna say if I have to make him fit, I can. It's at will
No.
now. So
No, it's not like a tight squeeze. He just has to kind of crouch down and shuffle. As the door opens this next time, again, you find yourself in a new room. A room with a massive sand pit in the center.
We talking playground sandpit or giant purple worm sandpit?
Like
We're
Colosseum
talking-
sandpit?
Coliseum style sand pit. There are training dummies and weapons and all sorts of various things scattered across the room. As you
That's
enter-
magic.
As you enter, the door once again shuts and seals behind you.
What a surprise.
And next to the door, as you turn around to see its seal, you notice a handprint on the wall. And then you notice another one about 10 feet away from there. And another one. 30 in total around the room.
They all look humanoid handprinty, or do they all look different?
Humanoid handprinty.
There are 6 of us. That's not enough hands.
They're also 10 feet apart. So at best, Tupartos could maybe reach 2.
7. We have a big heck.
Oh, his hand's kind of large, but I suppose.
His hands are much larger than the panels. It's worth a shot.
We just tried to touch one and see what happened.
We really want to touch the stuff on the Battle Coliseum wall.
Not necessarily, but
Well, we
I will admit the
can't
curiosity is getting to me.
leave, it seems. And that appears to be the only clue, unless you want to go punch one of the dummies.
Garagak and Soup simultaneously punch 2 of the dummies. Nothing
Anything?
happens.
I'm gonna try putting a hand on the panel. If we want to agree that this is the course of action we should take.
Which panel?
Well, I'm putting that out to the group. I'm not just going ahead and doing it.
Okay.
Aren't you the captain?
Well, yes, but it's more of a democracy, really.
I've been on many a ships in my time, and that's not how that works, but all right.
We're a little unorthodox. The whole captain thing makes me kind of uncomfortable.
More like he's just new. I kind of threw it at him.
Yeah.
Not that it was
Really,
mine to give,
captain.
but I didn't want it. The last
It's
one left.
Sort of a compass, if you will. I think I'm just gonna do it. Anybody want to tell me no? If not,
No.
I'm just doing it. Great. I'm just gonna, the one immediately to my right, like as we walk in, just boop.
The one to your right?
Yes.
So 30.
30.
You put your hand on it, it lights up. But nothing happens.
Okay.
Oh, let go of it, see if it blinks out.
Take my hand off.
As soon as you do it, it goes away.
I go over to the one on the left and do it.
It lights up,
Take it off.
goes away.
Oh, is this a code thing? That we need to hit them in a particular order?
Maybe.
Yes, that would be the most fun D&D session ever. I would make you guys sit here and simple parse through a 30 numerical code to figure out what the correct order was.
Mechanics aside, that's logically an assumption one would make about this sort of puzzle.
It does. I'm just trying to cut you off before you start trying it with all 30 of these handprints.
I'm gonna try. I can't reach 2, right?
You can barely reach 2.
Okay, well, I'm gonna try to reach 2.
The first one you touch lights up. The second one does nothing.
I take my hand off the first one.
The second one glows.
Put my hand back.
Second one remains glowing.
I go.
Whatever-
Shuffle my hands.
Whenever you have single contact with one of the handprints, it remains lit.
Does somebody else want to try touching it at the same time as me? Or something else? What? Damn it, Alex.
Ileana, the code would be 13535-889.
Cool. I go and I do that over and over again.
Hero, to catch you up, were you present for everything, or did you step away?
I had to step away.
No worries. So there's a room, 30 handprints on the sides, forming a ring around this like Coliseum-esque training area. Tupartos touched one, it lit up, and as soon as he took his hand off, it stopped glowing. He messed around. Basically, what you figured out is if he had one like single hand on a single handprint, that handprint lit up.
And Ileana's playing music.
And Ileana's playing Funky Town with the chimes that it makes.
So does it actually make chimes, or is that a bit?
It was a bit.
Okay. You would have brought it up sooner, but I wanted to
Correct,
be sure.
yes.
I'll hold the one next to Tapatos. The one that wasn't like the one that he's not holding in right now.
So the first one, I did miss this. Tapartos, when you put your hand on it, it lights up green.
Oh,
The next
okay.
one is red.
Okay.
Hey,
Like the one next to me?
Tapatos,
Yes.
let go of yours for a sec.
I like
I'll
that.
let go of mine, and then I'll press mine first.
It is green.
Okay, Tapatos, press yours.
Press it.
It is red.
Okay,
But they're both lit up at the same time.
Correct.
can someone press
Okay.
another one?
That was a face.
It is blue. Then it lights up.
I
Uh,
press one.
You are pressing one. It's red.
Oh. Well,
Right now,
if we
Ileana
continue
has
the
one, Tapartos has one, and you guys are like maintaining, and Argus has one.
so the pattern of if three are maintained at the same time, it's green, red, blue.
Yes.
Cool.
Right?
Right.
Yeah, like each,
Yeah.
both of us go push other ones.
Garagak and Soup do the same. The colors ultimately did not matter. It was just to show you that there was the ordering and placements do not matter. What I need from you guys is to know which handprints of the 30 you guys were pressing. Any number 1 through 30, and then I need you guys to choose for Phil and Soup or for Soup and Garagak as well.
18.
I think I was on one because that's the one I was experimenting on.
Oh,
Dash, will you type that in the chat? Just like the list of numbers. Or somebody, I don't care who it does it, just
well, I don't want to be
18.
right next to. I don't want to be right next to Tapartos. So
Did I make you mad?
no, it
Oh.
doesn't make sense to be next to each other when
Right.
doing this. Rhyme, you said you did 18?
Yeah, and I think Illy did 30 because you were on the other side of the door to Tapartos.
Yeah, right now I'd be on 30 if Tapatos is on 1.
I'll go
1,
with
30, 18,
I'll go with lucky number 13.
13,
I'd have been somewhere in the 20s, probably like 25.
25. And then I need 2 more numbers.
Let's say
like
like 7.
9. Yeah, like
Yeah.
7.
Yeah, 7 would be good.
Honestly, they're probably right next to each other, so 7 and 8 makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and toss that in the chat for me.
Sorry, they're not in numerical order.
That's fine. I just have to scroll through my table here.
I don't like that.
This causes me stress.
As it should.
That's not helping.
What?
Meh.
Okay. So as you hold your hands down, the sand in the center of the room starts to tremble.
Mm.
As creatures start popping out of it as they spawned into the room.
This makes sense.
The first one is a brown bear.
Oh, fuck, are these all based off of CR?
God, I hope not, because
I
it's
swear to
30.
God.
I'm pretty sure there's only one monster that has a CR30.
Or I
in
should
this
say
game,
a 30, a 25, an 18.
bro.
13 on down, we would probably be fine. But
I'm glad we picked 7 and 8.
The next one that pops out, and again, just because we're going to lose the chat, Dash, if you could write all these down for me in your notes. We have a brown bear. The next one is list. Come on, I had numbers from. Sorry, my Google Doc is fucking up. I'm trying.
You're doing great.
The next one is a body taker plant. Look at him, just like, huh?
I don't like that.
That I can actually talk to.
Oh, they look neat. I'm not looking up like what they do, just what they look like.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, I changed my mind. They look like a lotus pod. I don't like it anymore.
What's wrong with the lotus pod?
They look horrifying. Like the
next
pod
one,
with the seeds, that's big trypophobia.
Yeah, that's fair.
the next one is a 5-armed troll. Don't look at me like that.
That's not Troll and Trino.
No.
He is a spirit troll.
He just shows up like, hello.
Mother, I crave violence.
The next one is a familiar favorite,
Oh, great.
the angry.
Oh, no.
I was going to say the relentless juggernaut.
Y'all remember those back-to-back combat episodes?
I do.
On.
Don't
Those
give
fights
him.
were-
Oh no, that was the lonely. I was like, don't give him a hug.
Definitely the.
Pretty sure this is going by challenge rating.
I definitely thought it was gonna go for Rick and a fucking fire giant right
Oh,
there because he was like the fan favorite.
The next one is obviously the Lord of Blades.
Boy, not excited for that 30 or that 25.
The next one is Akashki.
How the fuck is that spelled?
It's in the chat.
Hotchkey?
Oh, okay.
I thought that was a cookie from Poland. Oh, that's a klotchki. Sorry.
And the last one.
Oh.
The last one is an aspect of Bahamut.
Bahamut or
I vote we leave.
Bahamut?
Bahamut, not Baphomet. Bahamut.
There you go. Thank you.
Oh no.
I vote we leave.
The door is
We
sealed.
can't.
I got the fucking sanctuary spell.
Doesn't that take like 10 minutes?
No. It requires pre-prep, which I have prepped.
We can leave. I have a rod.
Yeah, but that gets us to like somewhere plainer, which is fine. We can leave from there.
No, we can't. We come back. It's fine.
Happens if you take your hand off of it.
Yeah, I'm taking my hand off.
And it's far too late.
Actually, what I was thinking about when he first said that they start coming up out of the sand was going off just to see and start screwing with it up and down and up and down and up and down.
So a brown bear, a body taker plant, a 5-armed troll, the angry, the Lord of the Blades, Kochki, and an aspect of Bahamut all appear in this fucking chamber.
Yep. And all of them look like they're raring for a tussle.
Did they start
each other?
setting each other?
No, they're all very much so looking around the room at all of you. A clean, straight on 7-on-7 fight. Every once in a while, we don't have to put out, a 2.5 hour episode. We can put out the hour and a half ones. And be
You
fine.
could have just stopped.
am
Once in a while, you just don't have to put out.
Night. Damn.
I would argue at all the time you don't have to do anything. You
Exactly.
never have to. That's a
is
lesson for
sexy.
folks at home. Coda, leave it in. I feel like Markiplier or like fucking Jacksepticeye or some shit with a professional editor that I just like tell them what I want done. in, like,
Half the time,
areas.
the editor is sitting in the
And-
room.
And half the time the editor is here, and the other half the time he doesn't listen to me, so it's fine. No, seriously, everybody at home, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for another fun-filled episode. I hope you found this dungeon as interesting as I thought it was when I started making it. I don't think it was too shabby for a week's notice to do the thing. I had a couple weeks to plan, to be fair. We didn't miss last week, but I think it came out pretty cool so far, and there's still some more to come. So hang out with us next week. We'll see you next Wednesday for another episode of The Dice That Bind Us. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.